to another episode. Well, in this case, I'm show you how to create a decision statement. This decision statement, it chooses whether you're right or wrong, whether this input that you put is correct or not, whether this thing it's more or it's less. So we're going to use more than one function. So we're going to use a lot of functions, which is a decision, which is an if, and also we're going to use a switch and all other things. But then now I want to show you how the if works. It also works with mathematical algebra, what do they call it, operations, those greater than, less than, is equal to, and everything like that. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna call it statement, which is funny by the way. You call it a statement. Why would you call a class a statement? Okay, fine, but it sounds appropriate at the time. Clear all the stuff. Import a java.util scanner. There you go. You import another util. You never know. Maybe you feel like using a pop-up. Swing.g option pane. There you go. Now we have our main method, which is public static void main. There you go. String. There you go. AGS. Awesome. Then first thing is first, you always know I have to import a scanner because at this current time we're still working with scanners. I'll show you at some point how to use different types of things to display and all that stuff. So now let's stick to scanners. Okay, fine. We have our scanner, and then since I'm saying we're working with ifs, let's just say you're making an app that calculates marks. So you're making a calculator that calculates marks for students. So okay, fine. You have an int. Well, let's not use an int. You'll have a double, and then let's say mark 1. Okay, there you go. And you have a double. Then a mark 2. There you go. Then you have a, let's say I don't know. Well, another, let's say double. Then it's like, okay, mark 3. Then you wrote like 3 tests at the same time. Oh no, not at the same time as such, but you wrote like 3 tests, so they choose one of 2. They take one of the 2 which is the best, you see. So they're like, okay, fine, we want to know whether the student out of the 2 tests that they entered, which one is a distinction, you see. So you want to differentiate if you add 2 tests that you have there. So you're going to have like I don't know, a sum of 2 things, the sum of this part and then the sum of this part. So you're going to say, okay, fine, I'm going to have a double, and then let's call it sum 1, and then I'm going to have another double, let's call it sum 2. There you go. Then you say, okay, fine, system.out.print, because we want to receive marks from the user. We cannot enter marks that we don't have. Otherwise, in this case, it will display all zeros and there's nothing that is greater than the other. Fine. Let's say, please enter your first mark. There you go. Just copy this stuff because I'm lazy to type. There you go, and then make it nice with a colon so that the compiler can understand it. And have another statement and another statement. So this done will be the third. This will be the second, and then that would be the first. Okay, fine. So let's say this one will be mark 1 since it's the first. So you pass to input next double. So I'm going to have the statement overrated. So I'm like, okay, fine. Copy the statement, paste it there, and also paste it there. So at the time being, just have those colons at the end so that your program do not complain, because when you're lazy like me, you tend to do a lot of work and you don't see it. Okay, this one is 2. Okay, this one is 3. And then let's make it nice and formidable. Okay, there you go. So you're going to enter mark 1, enter mark 2, and enter mark 3. So we want something that you can differentiate whether which one is big. So let's have the sum 1, which equals to mark 1. Wait a minute, there you go. Mark 1 plus mark 2, there you go. And then we have our sum 2, which, wait a minute, 2, which have mark 2 plus Mark 3. There you go. And perhaps we may have another different story there. Let's just say, let me introduce another one. Let me just introduce another one. Let's call it Mark 3. There you go. Then let's just say, okay, fine. You have the sum of 3. Let's say sum 3. There you go. Sum 3. We have Mark 3 plus Mark 1. Okay, fine. We want to know which one is the greatest, okay? So we're going to go ahead. If Mark 1, okay, let's not use marks because if sum 1 is greater than sum 2 and, wait a minute, you use a double and there, that's an operation system, say, and sum 1 is greater than, let's go ahead and say sum 2. There you go. Please display that, So which one is, it's sum 1 which is greater than sum 2, so which means if sum 1 is greater than 2 and sum 1 is also greater than, not sum 2, sum 3, display sum 1. So we're going to say, okay, fine, system.out dot, wait a minute, .out.print, there you go, print line, just print what? Sum, is saying the highest, wait a minute, I wrote something, the highest is, then you say plus, then you say sum 1, then you say else if, and then you're going to say, but from this time you say sum 2, else if sum 2 is greater than sum 1, and, there you go, that's my end, and sum 2 is also greater than, okay, sum 3, okay, my program is complaining now. Oh, there you go, nice. Please display this one. So I'm gonna just copy this stuff because I'm lazy to type in, paste it there, the colon there, and also the colon there. So which one is great in this case? So we're going to display sum 2, and then at the end we say else only, because between the two options the remaining one should be the one that is going to be printed. So just go there and say, okay, fine, print sum 3 because that's the remaining one. Okay, fine, let's test our program right there. It says cat, you made a space, and cat, you made another space, and another one, and then you do not put a text there, and I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, this guy is happy. Fine. Let's test this thing out. It says, please enter your Mark 1. Wow, my test, okay, I got a 40. That was sucky because I was drunk. And then it says, please enter the second. The second one, big up, so I got 16. And that says, please enter the third mark. It's like, okay, this one I pick up very good, and I got 30. And then it displays the highest. It says, okay, the highest is 130. So in this case, you see like 60 plus 75 is equals to 135. Therefore, this is my highest mark. So let's say in this case, on my first test, I got a 70. Like on my first test I was so focused, I got 75. On the next test I got a 90, and on the other one I was like, okay, fine, I got two best tests, so let me get a 45. You see, it's going to display the highest also. It's going to say 75 plus 90 is equals to this much. So it's the highest is 90 something. You get what I'm saying? So this is our selective statement. It is used to identify or differentiate between different statements. It selects actually which one is the highest or which one is the lowest. Then as required, it's going to display whatever that you require it to display. So please subscribe, like my pages so that I could show you other tutorials. In this case we used an if. I'll show you next time on how to use a switch statement, which is nice, it's better than this one. Which is advisable for programmers to use that one. So thanks again, please subscribe. This is Kat, and see you on the next episode.